what type of precautions do you take, and just kind of a, hey, this is why we do it. So don't get offended if we ask you for your ID when you want to see a house and we've never met.
Right.
That type of thing.
My ideal situation is if I have someone wanting to view a property, I want to have them come into the office. Let's go through let's do a buyer consult. And so through that, they've been in the office. Other people have seen them. I can't ask for their driver's license to get some ID. You know, our office requires that. I try my best not to ever just drop everything and, we're going to go look at a house. And actually now, there are new rules where we have to have something in writing with the buyer before we can open a door. So that will help a little bit, but there's definitely times where if I'm unsure and haven't spent time with that person, like I've called you before and I'm like, hey, are you going to be around? Because I'm going to be showing this house and maybe it's vacant, and you came and stood outside or was in the truck and sat outside, and was like, okay, are you good? But what was the password? We're just cutting up, but are you sure you're good? You're not just saying you're good. And I will say, if something makes your hair stand up a little bit or just feel uneasy about it, absolutely have somebody go with you or sit outside. And we do have, with our lockbox keys that are a Bluetooth, there is a thing on there that we can have for an SOS. Like if we're starting the showing and if we haven't ended it by a certain time, it will alert. And actually, I think a lot of realtors don't even know that we have that feature, but we do.
So we hear about these type of things, I'd say at least once a year, even if it might be national, where a real estate agent is murdered in a listing, or I don't know if like rapes or assaults. That's got to happen a lot more, because all I've heard is the murders. But again, I know that's got to have happened more that we actually hear.
There's someone in my office who actually had an encounter a couple of years ago. She had a listing appointment. The property was vacant. The family was moving on. They did have a son who was late teens, early 20s. But the agent was going over to the house to meet, I can't remember, she had to pick up a key, had to pick up something. And that son was going to be the one to meet her there. And she felt very, very uneasy. And she was like, you go in the house first. And, just trying to, I've got to grab this if you'll go in. But yeah, he did actually try to attack her. She was able to get out. So it does happen everywhere.
So advice is, if you're entering a house, the first thing you should do is scan your exit strategy.
Absolutely.
In every room